was just going to practice a little bit. I never go on a practice tee unless I have a definite purpose in view, some correction to make. And I continue only so long as I can keep my mind on what I'm doing. Now, that sort of practice is never tiresome, and it's the only kind that does any good at all. Well, with the medium irons and short irons, the trouble that I have most often is failing to cut my wrists at the top. I'm inclined sometimes to hang on to the club a little bit too tightly so that I don't get that nice rhythm. Now, you watch my hands when I play this shot, you see what I mean. I like to be able to feel the head of the club all the way through the stroke. Unless I use my wrist freely, my swing loses all of its snap, and I have neither power nor control. Now, with the longer irons, number 1, for example, I sometimes find myself snatching the club back. Take it back so fast that it upsets the balance. And I find that I always hit the ball better if my backswing is very leisurely, almost lazy, like this. Now watch these two shots at actual normal speed. At the top of the swing, you'll observe that for a fraction of a second, there's a pause as the club changes direction. The same swing in slow motion shows how a slow backswing lessens the danger of starting downward too quickly. It is very necessary for the player to be perfectly balanced when he starts hitting. Of course, Tony, I don't mean to say that the things I've been discussing apply only to the particular clubs I've been using. I'm simply trying to show you where these faults are most likely to crop up in my own game. Now, whenever I find myself hooking badly with a wood club, a spoon, I can usually trace the trouble to my left side. I find it resisting the stroke instead of actually leading it through the ball, like this. In this swing, a turn of the hips is free and ahead of the rest of the stroke. Whenever the left hip locks itself or refuses to move out of the way, it keeps the left side and arm from pulling through as they should. I like to feel that I'm hitting a backhand blow, with the right hand catching up with the left only at impact. I think the average golfer would be far better off if he would forget all about overswinging. Now watch the length of my swing with the driver. The trouble with most of them is that they don't take the club back far enough. Now, I like the backswing to be long enough so that I have plenty of time to get speed on the club head before it meets the ball, without giving me any tendency to jump at it. When I go out for length, I swing the club back well beyond the horizontal. I like to let the backswing go just as far as it can go comfortably. The full turn of the hips and the elevation of the hands give me full command of all the power I possess, and I have plenty of time to reach full speed by the time I hit the ball. If my backswing was shorter, I should find it more of an effort to strike with the same force.
Hey, Bob, the gang here have been wondering why you sort of cock your head to one side and seem to look at the ball out of your left eye. Is there any particular reason for that?
Well, Ike, that's the thing that I've done naturally all my life. I don't look at the ball with either my left eye or my right eye. I don't stare at any particular spot on it. I'm merely conscious of its location. I think that the position of my head is more important than any consideration of the left eye. Because if you'll notice my swing, when I hit the ball, my head is back this way. I simply find it easier to swing the club with my head in that position.